Welcome to the very first episode of Chamberlain Court with your host, Kevin Chamberlain.
Hey YouTube, welcome to my very first episode of Chamberlain Court, where I answer some of your questions. Like Chris, I've been getting some pretty good questions, and I feel like I should do the occasional FAQ kind of video to answer your questions. Okay. Shadow Alliance X asks, are you going to be in SMB Season 4? Shadow Alliance X? I would love to be in Season 4. I don't know for sure. Richie hasn't said much about Season 4. I haven't really asked him that much. If you guys want me to be in Season 4, which I hope you do, put that in the request either in the comments of his channel or in the forums. If you do, more power to you. Okay, now another question from Shadow Alliance X asks, how's the PS3 thing going? Oh man, I still don't have internet connection for this. I have not gotten my head around Wi-Fi. I'm sort of old-fashioned except for computers, but with the games and like the whole internet thing with the games, I have not gotten my head around that yet. I'll eventually get around to that, like when I move out and have like a roommate who also has a gaming system. Like my friend Justin has an Xbox 360. I have the PS3. He knows more about that sort of thing than I do, and when that time comes around, definitely. And when I do, I'll definitely let you know, Shadow. Java's Girl 11 asks, what is your favorite video game? I got two categories. If we're talking about the Wii, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. If we're talking about the PS3, God of War 3. Bemis100 asks, did you know Richie before SMB started? Yes, I did. Eucur4321 asks, why do you have such little views? Your anime vids are awesome. Yoshi for the win. Oh. That's a very good question. I haven't really given it much thought. I guess it's because not enough exposure. Probably because I don't encourage... also share the video with your friends as much as I probably should. And it's also because Rich doesn't have me on his cool people connections. Like, okay, he's got Project Richard, Chris, Matt, National Park Adventure one, and Julian and Austin's. I would love for mine to be on there. And I don't know. I mean, I'll probably ask Chris or Julian this, and they'd probably see my point. So, I mean, I love that. And I'm glad you find my anime videos awesome. Thank you. Okay. Lord Dark 211 asks, hey Kevin, who was that guy who played Sage in the SMB movie? Dustin. He's Julian's roommate. I've met him a couple times before, but I don't know his last name. And he's a nice guy. Let's see here. Creative Story Artist asked, how much time would you say you put into each drawing? Also, where do you get your inspiration for pictures? Very good question here. Let's see. How much time would you say you put into each drawing? It really varies because, okay, a rough sketch could range from about a minute to 3 minutes. A watercolor painting, especially a really detailed one, could take from about half an hour to an hour to at most hour and a half. So where do I get my inspiration for pictures? The sky's the limit on that one. It ranges from movies, pictures, places I see, landscapes. It really varies. So, hope that answers the question. Okay. Bemis100 also asks, Which SMB project is your favorite? Seasons 1, 2, 3, the movies, Operation Blindstorm, or TIA, the Interactive Adventure? Season 3, I think, is my favorite out of all of them because that was when I first came onto the project in episodes 43, 44, and 45. I did some of the camera work behind that. Well, not 43, but 44 and a little bit, and that one shot in 45 where they do the salute. Venus 100 asks, if you had to choose a character to leave SMB, which one would you choose? Daisy. No question. She is bland, useless, only existed for fan service, but even then it was not that. It just felt out of place. What else? And thankfully that's coming to fruition. Let's see here. Rich Alvarez Girl 11 also asks, what inspired you to start drawing? That's a very good question. Primarily, I would say cartoons were what got me drawing, particularly Disney animation. I believe that's what it was. Yeah. Okay. Creative Story also asks, when and how did you first get into anime? Also, have you ever been to a notable anime convention? When was I first into anime? I was about 8 or 9 years old, as I remember. I'll never forget this. My brother and I were watching TV, and he was watching Dragon Ball Z Dead Zone. This was back when it was under the Ocean Studios. This is before the transfer to Funimation happened. And at the time, I wanted him to change the channel, and he was like, no, we're watching this. And so I sat through and watched it, and then I became attached to DBZ. Now, at the time, I thought that was like episode 1, because a couple episodes later, it felt like it was... I didn't know the difference between like the show and the movies, because that was like the very first one I saw. And so DBZ was like my very first anime, before I even knew it was anime. Then came Pokemon, then came Yu Yu Hakusho, Tenchi Muyo, Cowboy Bebop. You know, those came those other anime shows that I really enjoyed. Have I ever been to a notable anime convention? Yes, I have. I've been to a couple of Sacramento comic conventions, Sacramento anime conventions. The very first SacCon video that Richie and Chris did, I invited them to that one. I got them into the convention thing. I was briefly in that for like about 4 seconds. Odd, isn't it? And the last SAC anime that I went to was in January, and Vic Mignogna played keyboard with Richie. He was just as surprised as I was. And if you look carefully in some of his music videos, you'll notice Vic Mignogna's signature. I remember I pointed that out about a couple months back. I don't know what to name asks, what was your favorite part playing as Yoshi in the SMB movie? Very good question. I would say when I was riding on Richie's back as Yoshi, and he runs across Chris's backyard. He's like, I'm only doing this for 2 more blocks and then I'm done. No, I will not need it like a pony. After that, oh my god, that was... we went to take a look at it in playback, and I was laughing so hard. I hadn't laughed that hard in a long time. That was a pretty highlight. As playing as Yoshi. Eucur4321 asks, how was it like being constipated for a month? How did Goombas taste? Actually...
You know, Yoshi ate a Goomba once. It took him 3 months to crap out that thing.
Yeah. And how they taste, it's like sushi that's been on a conveyor belt. The sushi part I like, but not the conveyor belt part. Nitsuwa94 asks, what are your hopes for SMB Season 4? Do you want to act as more characters in the upcoming season than just Yoshi? My hopes for SMB Season 4 is that, okay, we at least introduce 3 or 4 characters, and we have, introduce 4 new characters. Sorry, I'm holding up 3. Okay. Introduce at least 4 new characters. One of them at least being a new villain, because there's only so much leverage you can get out of Shadow Mario. And it's like, Richie, please do not bring back Shadow Mario for another time. I am getting sick and tired of Shadow Mario this, Shadow Mario that. It starts to feel unoriginal when you have your villains either being Richard Alvarez or Chris Muller. I mean, don't get me wrong, it worked for the, it worked for like the first few, it worked for the seasons in the movies, but then after that, it just feels like, come on, we gotta do someone else. We gotta pick someone else. I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do it, but we're gonna have to cross that bridge. And I hope we also have like a Johnny Mushroom in the Kingdoms episode to make up for season 3. That's a mainstay. That's been like a mainstay of the show, and preferably I would love it if Yoshi could be in it, even if it doesn't have to show me singing, just at least playing something. What else? And do I want to act as more characters besides Yoshi? I would love to play it. If they find a character or characters for me to play other than Yoshi, like for example when the Interactive Adventure I played one of the pirates, and Yoshi wasn't in it, but it was a good trade-off. That it was like, I can tolerate that. So I don't know. Also, I've noticed that, like, okay, people like Matt, Richie, Chris, Julian, and Austin each have played more than one character other than their main characters that they play. So I'm like, okay, if I could play at least another character other than Yoshi, then I'm like, okay, sweet, I think I'm a part of that 6. Villain, sorry for mispronouncing your name in my last anime analysis. Thanks again for your help. Who was the first person you met from the Rich Alvarez channel? Richie. Back my junior year at high school, that was how I first met him. And then I met Chris. Then I met Austin. I met in my high school drama class. This is long before season 2, or even SMB came out for that matter. Matt I met a couple times, as well as Doug, Christine. It was like a domino effect, basically. And also from Villain is, what is your favorite food? I've got 2 categories for cold food, sushi, hot food, spaghetti. Love that stuff. It fills you up just right. Okay, and last question, Ulrichter. Sorry for mispronouncing it or getting it messed up. Sorry about that. Who is your favorite SMB character other than Yoshi, unless Yoshi isn't your favorite? Probably Wario, because he became very developed in season 3. That was like his moment to kick ass, as well as in the movies. So I thought that was pretty funny. That was pretty awesome. So those are some pretty good questions. Thanks for asking. If you got more questions, feel free to post it in the comments of this video or on my channel. I would love to get more questions for the next video. Anyway, I hope you also had a good Thanksgiving. Oh, and History of Super Mario Bros. Season 3 will be coming after this video. Thanks for watching. This is Chamberlain Court, and the next episode will be coming soon.